Ball making his studio debut with us. Come on, John.
Hey.
Don't worry, I won't make you Dougie just yet. But you have worked with one of us before. Let's roll that tape. You and BG go way, way back.
Oh, yeah. Rookie, sophomore game, baby.
Okay.
Famous play.
I was just about to call you young
We were
blood.
running down the court. He looks at me like, you ready? And I was like, no, I'm not ready.
I've been waiting for a moment to throw alley-oop to you, so it was perfect timing.
I love it. John, you had 22 assists in that game, a record that stands to this day. 4 of those were to our guy, BG.
I would have had more to BG, but BG didn't want to play the whole game. He was he had the real game coming up the next night. But it was just exciting to be in that moment, being a rookie sophomore game. I knew Chris Paul had the record, and I wanted to break the record. So I told everybody on my team, make my passes when I get it.
I love it. Iconic moments. We are so happy that you are here with us tonight to discuss the knockout round. So let's get to it. The Magic earned the top seed in the East with an undefeated record, and their road to the quarterfinals included a lot of time at the free throw line. But not just that. Defense was a big part of the equation. They had the second best defensive rating of any team in group play. And that man, Desmond Bane, has elevated his game, his scoring average in cup games 5 points higher than his season average this year. And now we're here in the knockout round. The pressure is all the way on. Orlando chasing a huge win tonight. Unfortunately, have to do it without Franz Wagner, who's expected to miss multiple weeks with a high ankle sprain. But Steve, knowing that, how is this offense going to look different without him on the floor?
Well, I think they've always been trying to find a way to open the floor up a little more. I think with him and Paolo out there, sometimes the elbows are crowded. Sometimes there's not as much spacing. Neither one of them are elite from downtown. So I think that in itself is going to allow the floor to be a little bit more open. They need them both to be at their peak. But I think tonight we're going to see a little bit more open. Hopefully they play off the move, play faster. They've sped up their offense, as you said. So let's hope that they can get some stuff on the go, on the move, make it hard for the Heat to stay in front of them.
Yeah, I think this is a good chance for Orlando to show some offensive creativity. Like we saw it when Paolo went out, and now we have the chance to see it when Wagner goes out. The Orlando Magic do such a good job of sort of just keeping it simple. They score a lot of points in the paint. They get to the free throw line a lot, like we said. But at the end of games, that offensive creativity, right? Putting Bane in pick and rolls as the screener, finding out ways to get Paolo on the move and get him easy buckets, I think is super important for Orlando. So it's a great opportunity for them to showcase that.
Now, UD, you know this is the battle for Florida. That's what the streets are saying.
This is true.
Do you have Florida ties?
I
Do tell.
Well, I have Florida ties, but I'm only taking one Florida team. This time. We ain't all over the state.
All right, well, let's take a look at how the Miami Heat also got here. Their road to the quarterfinals was powered by their fast-paced offense. They put up nearly 127 points per game. Miami also stacking up the assists, 32 per game, tops in the league during group play. And making all of that even more impressive, the Heat have averaged just 10.8 turnovers per game, the fewest of any team in this NBA Cup so far. And now they have got Tyler Hero back, as evidenced by the big smile on Udonis' face, with their star back on the floor. How do the Heat need to find their best rotations, John?
I think the key is just figuring out Tyler Hero. We know he's been an all-star. He's a guy that can make plays for a lot of people. I think just playing at a high level, don't come back and force it. I think playing at a fast pace makes it easy for him. And I think with Jaime Jaquez Jr., he has to find a way to find his rhythm with another star coming back. He's been playing great with him out there, but now when he's back, his number has dropped. I wonder, can they figure out the rotation and keep him playing at a high level?
I mean, we talk about rotation, so you made a great point. The Orlando Magic love to get in the paint. The Heat don't guard at the rim very well. They're giving up about 67% at the paint. That's the 7th highest in the league, so they have to be intentional about getting the paint. But when we talk about getting the paint, the guys that are in the paint, the Khalil Wares, the Bam Adebayos, that's a lineup that I would love to see. And Spo has spoken about that lineup. He needs more out of that lineup defensively. He's not focused on the offense, but for that lineup to be one of the bottom lineups in the league defensively for me, and I know those guys personally, they take that personal. That's a lineup that I think can help them down the line if they can just get that defense going, because offensively, Spo is willing to sacrifice some offense as long as we're going to get stops, get out and run and do what they're able to do.
Steve, what do you think is going to be that balance with having both Tyler Hero and Norm Powell playing together?
Well, I think they've kind of got a great opportunity to figure this out. You got not only Tyler, you got Bam, you've got Ware taking a leap. You know, you've got all these Wiggins capable. You got all these guys that are capable offensively. They've implemented a new offense. They're playing faster. They're playing without screens. That takes time. I've been really impressed how effective they've been early this year. I think Spo's situation now is trying to figure out the rotations. We talked about Ware and Bam defensively, but also offensively. How do we get Jaime Jaquez back to getting downhill, creating plays for others, but not taking away from other people's opportunities? So the way they play, the speed they're playing at, I think these are problems that Spo's a genius at figuring out. It just takes time sometimes to get comfortable with all the new rotations, the new implementation, and then you're getting Tyler Hero back from injury. And it's such a small sample. We can't freak out over this little period here where they're trying to find themselves. This is like a 4 or 5 months that they're going to be at their best here coming up. So tonight's a good opportunity for them to show in a game that means something, that their offense is heading in the right direction.
BG, I'm curious what you think when you hear this. The Heat run the fewest pick and rolls in the NBA, using them in just 10.3 possessions a game. The team with the second fewest used 27.4.
That's an insane stat. And I think it goes to show, we talked about how Orlando Magic keep it simple. It just goes to show if you just run basic actions, but you run it harder than other people, you can score the basketball. And the Heat are no exception to that. I mean, they have guys who can bust out on the dribble, which I love. I love when Bam Adebayo gets a rebound, brings it up the floor, initiates the transition. Jaime Jaquez Jr. is so capable of that too. So, yes, Tyler Hero coming back is a luxury problem to have, trying to fit him in the offense. But I would just encourage those guys to just keep playing the same way and be aggressive in transition and allow that aggressiveness in transition, allow that downhill attack to get people open. You don't have to reinvent anything now that Tyler Hero's come back, right? Just keep playing the same way. Tyler Hero is such a good basketball player. He'll figure out how to fit in.
Yeah, gonna be watching two teams that have really upped the pace. It is time now for the Drive to Tip-Off, presented by CarMax. Another strong season for three-time All-Star Bam Adebayo. He's averaging 19 and 9. The Heat trying to win on the road tonight and book that ticket to Vegas. And Paolo Banchero, the second leading scorer for Orlando, just over 20 per game this season. Magic and Heat in the Cup quarterfinals tonight on Prime. December 9th, 2023, the Lakers won the inaugural NBA Cup crown. Anthony Davis put up 41 and 20. Braun added 24 points, 11 boards, and tournament MVP honors. The Lakers took home the trophy in Vegas and even raised a banner in crypto. All right, LeBron in LA trying to make another run to Vegas this year. They'll face the Spurs in the quarterfinals tomorrow night. Tonight, though, we are focused on the East with the Heat and Magic in Orlando, followed by the Knicks and the Raptors in Toronto. And tomorrow, the West is in the spotlight. The Thunder, they're coming. They're 4-0 in this NBA Cup, taking on the Suns to start the night. The Spurs and the Lakers will close it out in Los Angeles. And when those games are done, we will have just 4 teams left with a shot at winning the whole thing. The semifinals are December 13th. The championship will be decided 1 week from tonight on December 16th. All of those games, every big moment, exclusively on Prime. And our crew will be in Las Vegas to cover it all. All right, coming up, the Knicks and Raptors meet tonight with a spot in the semis on the line. We will tell you what to expect in the nightcap up north after this.
I ain't trying to bring you down for real. You might as well give up now.
The fake and floater. Oh.
No matter the problem, refuse to lose, huh? Came here ready to fight on this lane.
Towns. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Get this classic Jalen Brunson. The Knicks win East Group C over the defending champions.
The Raptors finished 4-0 in the Emirates NBA Cup.
Toronto cruised through group play undefeated, earned that number 2 seed, and they get a home game tonight. And Scotty Barnes has been at the center of it. Career high scoring, career high impact. John, what do you like from Scotty so far this season?
I think with Scotty, he's just been a point forward. You really don't have a true point guard in most of these teams nowadays. And he's having a career high, averaging 20 points, 8 rebounds, 5.3 assists. So he's just getting everybody involved. He's the guy that's picking up full court. You see everybody following his lead. He's the guy that sets the tone and get the Raptors going. So he's having a big career year for them.
And UD, he's certainly taking a step in his decision-making as well.
Yes, I mean, to me, that's the biggest thing that stands out. I mean, he's big, he's athletic, he can get in play, he can create mismatches, but the decision making, what do you do when you get in that paint? He can be the primary ball handler. He can bring the ball up the floor. As you see right here, he's bringing the ball up the floor right now. He's a primary ball handler. He rejects the pick and roll, gets in the paint, gets two to the ball. Easy backdoor cut for Emmanuel quickly right there. So he's making good decisions. You see right here now. He gets it on the pitch on the wing. He comes off. He just attacks his man. He has a mismatch. He's bigger, he's stronger, he's more athletic. Quick, easy pass to Mamo right there for the three. I'm telling you, he's not the leading assist guy on his team, but he is the best decision maker on his team. For them to get to where they're trying to go, I think they go through lows where they don't pass the ball and it sticks. He moves it every time.
Now, Blake, we got to give some love to Darko Rajakovic. He has added a lot of motion to this offense. What have you seen from the head coach?
Yeah, he has. He's really made a point of emphasis on off-ball movement. And the Toronto Raptors have been playing so much better. See here, Scotty Barnes has the ball up top. He's sort of the hub. And Emmanuel quickly sets a flex screen for BI. And BI, once BI goes, quickly just comes off that pin down, sees the defenders too far back, hits a shot. Now here we see Grady Dick set a rip screen, and the defense nowhere to be found, just slips it. Simple actions. But when you run simple actions really, really hard like the Toronto Raptors do, good things happen. Another screen and roll, basic play. But here we see the Toronto Raptor cut. Prying on the defense, falling asleep. Mamu gets a layup. And this is something we've seen from teams, across the league, not just the Raptors.
Let's walk through Raptor cut.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's do this. All right, BG, you're my gap defender here at the top.
Sweet.
Come on, Alvin. You're that primary ball handler out here.
Yeah, Alvin.
Wall,
There he
high
is.
quad, UD, shooter in the corner. All right. We think of this as a three-point league. The number one thing these days is to keep people out of the paint, especially primary ball handlers. Why? Because the biggest value shot is rim attempts, free throws, offensive rebounds that lead to more rim attempts, free throws, or three-pointers. So we are seeing a league that's trying to keep people out of the paint. So what teams are starting to do is Blake Griffin's heavy off his man in the gaps, trying to help the center on this pick and roll or this drive. As he does that, his buddy down here, myself, is looking to help him. So as Alvin comes to the paint, while he's showing a crowd, I'm here to stunt. So I'm raised up. Alvin kicks it out. I can stunt. BG's flying back out. And we try to get whole, but also get it out of the best player's hand, make someone else do something with the ball. So what are we seeing in the league to adapt to this? Raptors calling it Raptor cut. Last year, Cleveland made big headlines with it. We've seen it with Memphis and Miami with their no-screen offense. Anytime someone drives or comes off this pick and roll, the corner guy is cutting. So as soon as I'm here trying to help with BG, if I don't see this cut, he's getting a layup. If I do see this cut and I sync with him, BG's left alone as John Wall drops to the corner for a wide open three. Let it go.
Bang.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. That's
yeah.
my shooter. Come on.
All right. So, but this is something we're seeing from a lot of teams. Obviously, Miami's doing it in their wheel, dribble drive offense. We're seeing it last year from Cleveland. The Suns are doing it. The Raptors are doing it. League-wide, I think teams are really trying to move the help so they can't just sit in that zone and take away paint opportunities.
We're seeing a lot of innovation around the league this season. BG, the Raptors are going to have their hands full with Cat, who has unlocked something new in this offense for the Knicks.
Yeah, it's been well documented. Cat started off the season in a little bit of a shooting slump, but ever since he found out he can pass to himself, things have really changed. Here he is incorporating again, this time for a dunk. Who needs the other four guys? Just, hey, you're open in the corner, Cat. Yep, I got it. Go get it. Knock down the shot.
Over the shoulder?
Yeah, no look.
Step out of bounds,
He's doing things that haven't been seen. Yeah, stepping out of bounds too.
Brilliant.
He's adding little bits to everything.
We just talked about defense, so now we got a defense for that.
No.
No, yeah.
I don't think we do.
Probably just the refs.
You see the defender, he was like, he's in out of bounds. Like, can't be the first guy out of bounds to touch the
Pass
basketball.
it over my head, go get it, and dunk it.
Yeah. I think refs are just like,
What?
all right, whatever. Just
You
go
should
ahead.
definitely get your challenge back if you have to challenge that. You should definitely get your challenge back for
I
that.
love it. With Cat, you never know what you're going to get. He has scored off of that 11 times this season.
What?
Nope.
Knicks Raptors later on. First up tonight, it's Bam Adebayo and the Heat taking on the Magic for a spot in the semifinals. Tip-off is just ahead. Great news for the Mind the Game crew and Eric Collins fans everywhere. The voice of the Hornets is in Orlando to call game 1 of our doubleheader. There he is. Heat and Magic competing for a spot in the semifinals. All right, time now for Same Game Parlay presented by FanDuel. Let's do it. Paolo Banchero, the second leading scorer on the Magic behind Franz Wagner, who was out. UD, how many points for Paolo tonight?
I'm giving him a 25. Obviously, Franz is out. He's been around that 20, 22 point a game thing, but I'm looking at Franz being out. There's going to be some more opportunities to be aggressive, get to the free throw line, but I don't expect him to go too high because Anthony Black and these other guys are going to step up tonight.
All right, Khalil Ware, the Heat's leading rebounder. Blake, how many boards you got for him?
Yeah, Khalil's been great for the Miami Heat, but the Miami Heat are even better when his motor is high. And rebounding, as we know, is just hey, I want to do it, and I'm going to do it. You're not going to stop me. So when Khalil's playing like that, Miami Heat are great, so I need at least 8.
Ooh, okay. We got 8 for him. Desmond Bane averaging over 23 points in this NBA Cup. Steve, how many threes?
He's going to make at least 2. Any better because he's their best shooter. They're going to need it tonight. But he's a dead-eye shooter. He's also a dead-eye dodgeball player.
Oh.
Sure
So
is.
be careful.
Yeah.
So be careful.
If you can dodge a shot, you can dodge a ball.
Dodge, dip, dodge.
That's what they say.
Dippity.
Duck.
Yeah. Them's the rules.
Davion Mitchell, 7th in the league in assists this season, just under 8 per game. John, how many for him?
I got Davion Mitchell getting 6 tonight. I think he's the facilitator for them, making everything go for them. I think having Tyler Hero there, Bam there, and Norman Powell, he's going to have a great opportunity to get a lot of assists for them. He pushes the pace.
All right, well, there you have it. FanDuel is celebrating the NBA Cup by letting all customers choose their own reward today. All right, let's chat a little bit more about that game. Magic head coach Jamal Mosley has been raving about Anthony Black's ability to push the pace. He is getting the start tonight. John, what do you like about what you've seen from Anthony Black?
I love Anthony Black because I think he has the opportunity to know he's going to get those backup point guard minutes, but tonight he get the opportunity to start. The way if a guard gets the rebound, he gets to push the pace. He's a guy that's always trying to get 2 foot into the paint. You look at this year, he gets the rebound. He's not waiting for anybody. He's pushing the pace. And as other players on his team, they're going to fall into their places to find trail threes or corner threes, and Desmond Bane get a wide open shot because nobody can match up at that point of view. So Anthony Black has been doing a great job of making those mismatches and pushing the pace for their team.
Yeah, great defensively as well. Has 27 steals off the bench. That mark is 4th in the NBA. All right, for the Miami Heat, recently Eric Spoelstra talked about the pairing of Khalil Ware and Bam Adebayo. He said the duo can be great defensively if they cover ground, rebound well, and protect the rim, but said that so far it hasn't necessarily been great. UD, do you see it that way?
Yeah, I agree with Spo. That should be a dynamic defensive lineup that you put in there. Both of those guys can switch. Both of those guys can cover ground. They can guard on the perimeter. They can guard bigs in the paint. They're about 105 offensively, which is last. 117 defensively, which is 25th. So on both sides of the ball, they're struggling. But once again, Spo will allow that struggle offensively if you can get stops, if you're going to play hard, rebound, get out and go. So that's something they're going to have to work on. But I believe that lineup will help them in the future. So I encourage Spo. And I know Spo knows this. He'll continue to work on that.
UD, is that something you can sit down and talk to Khalil Ware about, just watching how to play off of a guy like Bam? I mean, Bam is such a good passer, a good scorer, and he can play from all these different levels now. It feels like Khalil Ware can really just find spaces to evolve, to just exist while Bam is going to work in the paint.
Yeah, I agree. I think for them, it's a little bit of give and take because both of those guys are able to stretch the floor and shoot threes. This is something that Bam just started doing last year, but this is something that Khalil was doing all the way back in college. So I think both of those guys are understanding how to balance them. Okay, one of us is going to be on the perimeter. One of us has to be in that dunker. One of us has to get to the basket. One of us has to get a space guy. So just learning those different things and just getting on the court together. Those guys only spend about 120 minutes on the court together out of about 1,200.
Yeah.
So they need a little more sample size, and I think overall, in the long run, it will help.
I think they're going to figure it out. But I think one of the things I'd love to hear your perspective on, they changed their offense. They went from 27th in pace to like one of the fastest teams in the league. How much of that has had a factor? I mean, Spo's always been defensive-minded, a great defensive coach. But when you're trying to play fast, sometimes something's got to give and you've got to build. No, I think they'll figure it out. But do you think that's played a role in this as well?
Well, first things first, if they would have played that fast and they took away pick and rolls, I wouldn't have made it 20 years. I'd have been out. I'd have been gone. I'd have been out. If they took away the pick and roll, I was pick and pop guy. I'd have been gone long time ago. I'm sure that's an adjustment for both guys, especially for a guy like Bam, who's been most of the guy that has been the guy who's facilitated offense. We've used Bam to initiate offense, bring the ball up the floor, dribble handoff to Duncan, dribble handoff to these guys to get going. Now we're telling Bam to run. If you don't get the rebound, run, get to space. So all this is just different for all these guys. They did it great early on, but once again, the NBA is continuing to change. People are catching on. So you switch up a couple little nuances here and there, but continue to run, continue to be aggressive. And once Jaime gets back in the mode of getting in the paint, getting downhill, getting those rebounds, I think they'll be fine offensively.
All right. The Heat have lost 3 straight for the first time this season. They are looking to right the ship tonight. Getting close to tip-off, it's time to check in with our friends in Orlando, Eric Collins, Del Curry, and Miss Christina Pink. Much there, Eric. You know, he just mentioned it.
These are little nuances and things that you can find out when you're playing with great players. As the ball is not going to be in Paolo's hands, these are things, like Blake said, he can look into and tap into to still be effective and efficient.
Yeah, glad that he's going to be out there with the Magic. Just unfortunate that the Magic get 1 star back. They lose another star. But one thing we know about this Orlando Magic team, they have certainly been able to adapt.
And we know you got on that Heat red, too.
Hey, come on. They said it was the knockout rounds. I said, hello, I'm here. Thanks for watching NBA on Prime pregame, presented by CarMax.
Thought you were a Raptors fan.
Oh, no.
A live look at the Kia Center, Heat and Magic getting ready to go in the Emirates NBA Cup Quarterfinals. Tip-off just a few minutes away with Eric Collins, Del Curry, and Christina Pink right after this quick break.